CARDV, the Center Against Rape and Domestic Violence, provides essential services to survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and sex trafficking. CARDV supports survivors at a critical time in their lives. It's a place where survivors can get the resources and information they need. CARDV is a safe place for survivors and their children when they need it the most.
Before I was a sexual assault nurse examiner, I thought CARDV was just an organization that had a shelter where people could stay. I didn't realize the one-on-one interaction that they have with the patients. They're compassionate and they're always watching what the patient's needs are, things that I can't always see. It's a relief to be able to have them there because I care deeply about my patients and want them to be able to have the best experience possible. They just underwent this terrible trauma and I want to try to make it better, and the way that I can do that is by having CARDV with me.
Actually, by going into the unemployment office, I had noticed one of their brochures. I felt it applied to me, and it took about 7 tries, 7 calls before I had the courage to actually talk to somebody and prepare and leave about a year ago and got into one of their shelters here. It was day by day whether or not I would survive physically. And it was that dangerous a situation. When I called CARDV, I had reached a point that I was ashamed, I was embarrassed. How could someone as intelligent I felt that I was, could be foolish enough to get herself in a situation where she was being so thoroughly abused and subjugated to the point I had been. It was very embarrassing to me to have to admit to anyone that I was in this position. When I got the voice on the other side, the first thing I found myself doing was apologizing. I felt that others had more serious situations, that I didn't know that I had value. I immediately was made comfortable, made to feel safe. The fact I felt lost, I was allowed that period of time to recover, and a lot of good counseling to get myself, in gear and back on the road. The magical moment for me was when one day I stepped out of my apartment, looked around, and realized I was happy. And I hadn't felt that. It was a really unique experience, and I just found it so exciting. This is very important in the community because I am not alone in the need. There are so many women with children, women my age, women younger, women older, all dynamics, needing a safe route to leave a very scary situation, possibly a very physically dangerous situation. And CARDV steps up to the plate. They take care of you right from beginning to end. They're still there for me today.
We hear so often that those who have been assaulted either did something to make it happen, or it didn't happen, or they should have done something to prevent it happening. And that's just not the case. The reason sexual assault occurs is because somebody chooses to do that to someone else. You won't have a better opportunity to spend your money. If you're going to spend it on anything, please spend it for those individuals who don't feel valued, who have gone through trauma, who most people don't think about or ignore. CARDV cares about those people. They're passionate for those people and for educating others that they're here. They often go unnoticed, but they're valuable and they need our help.
My future, part of my dream is to become an advocate for CARDV. I really, really want to do this, and I'm going to make it happen.
Everyone deserves to be safe. In their home, in their relationships, in their community. Everyone deserves to be safe.